This video is a guide for inner warfare. We'll talk about emotional pressure, self-control, and real mental strength, the kind that doesn't come from motivational quotes, but from psychological and spiritual discipline. You'll understand why you explode when provoked, why you suffer more than necessary, and how to build an inner center that doesn't break even when everything around you does. Let's begin.
The real enemy is not chaos, it's the lack of center. Have you noticed what happens when you've never learned to calm your own mind? One wrong word, one unexpected message, one mistake, and suddenly your chest tightens, breath shortens, words shoot out before thought. It's not the event that breaks you, it's the disorder inside. Calm isn't the absence of emotion. It's the art of staying whole when every part of you wants to run. It's courage, the decision to breathe in the storm and not lose yourself. It's built, not born. Stoicism doesn't promise an easier world. It promises a stronger mind. It doesn't say, "It will pass." It says, "You will endure." The strength isn't in controlling everything outside, but in mastering what happens inside. When others shout, the Stoic listens. When others run, he anchors. When others drown, he breathes. So write this in the comments. Today, I choose to be calm even when everything screams. That sentence is your commitment, a return to yourself. 1. Control the body to control the mind. There's a silent war inside you. The heartbeat races, breathing shortens, hands freeze. Before you think, the body reacts. If you lose the body, you lose the mind. The Stoics knew this. Before philosophy comes physiology. The body is the ground where the mind stands. When the body shakes, the mind collapses. Notice how stress shows itself. The tight chest, clenched jaw, shallow breath. You try to reason, but the body already pulled the alarm. And where there's alarm, there's no logic. Imagine if, instead of reacting, you trained. Every morning, a ritual of presence. Marco Aurelius did it. Woke early, walked in silence, breathed deeply. It was his reminder, I am in command. You don't need to be an athlete, you need awareness. Learn your signals, the stiff shoulders, the dry mouth, the shallow breath. They warn you before the mind collapses. Each deep breath is a sword drawn against chaos. Your body is your temple, but also your fortress. Train it, or it becomes a hostage of the world. 2. Act with clarity, not impulse. Reactivity ruins peace, relationships, and reason. Someone provokes you, disrespects you, and the urge comes fast. React, defend, prove your strength. But every time you react without thinking, you hand over control. Reactivity is slavery, clarity is freedom. The Stoics said, between what happens and what you do, there's a space. That space is your freedom. In that small pause, ask yourself, does this need my reaction or just my silence? Am I acting from pain or from peace? Marco Aurelius wrote, never act without a clear reason. Even as emperor, he chose restraint. Can you do the same? Sometimes silence is the loudest act of power. 3. Turn pain into direction. Pain arrives uninvited. Loss, betrayal, failure, exhaustion. Most people shrink. The Stoic asks, what can I build with this? It's not romanticizing suffering, it's transforming it. The blow is real, but so is the lesson. Every wound can harden or sharpen you. What decides? Your interpretation. The obstacle becomes the way, wrote Marco Aurelius. Pain isn't punishment, it's raw material. If you use it, it forges you. If you resist it, it breaks you. 4. Calm is strength. Picture Marco Aurelius, surrounded by war, disease, and betrayal, yet breathing steady, voice quiet, eyes clear. That's not coldness, that's control. He practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining what could go wrong to be ready. Not pessimism, preparation. How do you start your day? Scrolling chaos or centering yourself? A mind that begins in noise, ends in confusion. Create rituals. Silence at dawn, deep breathing before speaking, writing instead of reacting. Calm isn't weakness, it's precision. It's choosing what enters your soul. 5. Train before the storm. You can't build a shelter during a hurricane. Peace and control come from preparation. Seneca slept on the floor, ate little, lived simply, to remember he could survive loss. He trained the spirit to be free from fear. What's your training? Do you give yourself silence daily because the test will come, always? 6. Breathe to regain command. When panic hits, the first thing you lose is breath. The mind clouds, the body reacts. Breathing is the bridge between chaos and control. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. The pulse slows, the thoughts clear. Now you choose again. Who breathes commands, who stops breathing obeys chaos. 7. Silence is defense. We live in a noisy world. Everyone wants the last word, but silence is not weakness, it's strategy. When someone provokes you, silence disarms. It says, I won't fight at your level. Silence also reveals truth. You hear what's behind your anger, insecurity, fear, pride. Use silence to observe, not to escape. 8. Calm is not passivity. It's decisive clarity. Calm people aren't frozen. They're focused. They act without destroying themselves. The calm and decisive person moves at their own rhythm. They don't rush to please. They wait for truth. They act once. Clean, firm, final. 9. Stay centered in chaos. Chaos comes small. A delay, a word, or huge like loss. It tries to drag you outside yourself, but presence is resistance. Staying centered isn't coldness. It's clarity. It's saying, I feel the storm, but I won't become it. You don't need to win every fight. You just need not to betray yourself inside it. 10. The choice is yours. You can't choose what happens, but you can always choose how to respond. That's where freedom lives. Stop blaming the world. Start building yourself. You don't need to control everyone, just yourself. You don't need to win every argument. Just keep your dignity. The Stoic feels everything, but doesn't become everything. He bleeds, but doesn't break. He hurts, but doesn't hate. That's real power. 11. Keep your center when everything falls apart. True strength isn't never falling. It's standing back up with grace. If your peace depends on approval or comfort, it will vanish. But if it's rooted inside, nothing can uproot it. Return to yourself often. Breathe. Slow down. Remember who you are without titles or applause. That's rebuilding. 12. Trust the long view. When pain comes, everything feels final, but pain always lies. It screams forever, yet it fades. The Stoic sees beyond the moment. Today's wound can become tomorrow's wisdom. Don't waste peace on things that won't matter soon. Some problems need time, not reaction. Perspective is mercy toward yourself. 13. The strength of not needing to be right. People exhaust themselves proving points. They confuse ego with dignity. You don't need the last word to have peace. Let silence win sometimes. Let understanding matter more than victory. That's strength. 14. When you are present, pressure loses power. Most suffering comes from time confusion, guilt from the past, fear of the future. Peace lives only in now. When you return to this moment, to breath, to body, pressure weakens. Presence is rebellion against anxiety. The present is enough. 15. Serenity starts with how you see. Two people, same problem. One panics, one breathes. The difference is perception. How you see defines how you feel. How you feel defines how you act. How you act defines what you build. Change the lens and you change the life. You've reached the end, and that already means something. You want to grow. Growth hurts, but it frees. So remember, breathe, pause, train the body, stay calm, speak less. Choose peace, trust time, keep your center. Write in the comments. Today, I choose to be calm even when everything screams. Subscribe and stay, because this isn't theory. It's daily survival. The mind you don't govern will be ruled by anyone. The mind you master makes you unshakable. You already know the path. Now walk it.